Unsung heroes of acting.
I did not, sir. Did you harm her in any way? I did not, sir.
Although instantly recognisable for his memorable appearance as Tom Robinson in the classic To Kill a Mockingbird, what is not so well known about American actor Brock Peters was that he was an incredibly versatile and prolific performer who, in a career that was to last almost 50 years, played all sorts of contrasting and fascinating roles in over 130 productions. Born in New York City in 1927, Peters initially worked in musicals as a bass baritone singer before making his film debut in 1954's Carmen Jones. Even at this early stage, he is a formidable presence on screen, vocally and physically.
I don't waste no time. Dig me, baby?
You're wasting your time right now, Sergeant. The wind's blowing in another direction. Ain't no use arguing with the wind.
By contrast, in the film version of Porgy and Bess, he makes a memorable turn as the deceitful and dangerous Crown, demonstrating a great ability to play menace and sexual threat.
In a couple of weeks, I'm coming for you. And you're gonna be there, unless you want to meet your God. You get that?
Peters was blessed with a highly resonant and deep voice, which he modulates with ease, according to whatever role he is playing.
He had 4 boys out there waiting. Jumped me, tied me up under a tree, and started in. I jerked on the rope. I pulled a dead branch out of the tree and I hit Mr. Waller. Then I ran.
In the early 1960s, he was, for a while, based in England, appearing first in the Peter Sellers vehicle, Heavens Above.
There you are, lady. Next, please.
He makes a more memorable turn as a kind-hearted jazz musician in Brian Forbes' The L-Shaped Room.
Know what I always do? I put about ½ pound of sugar in my cup and then eat it with a spoon when I get down to the bottom. Bags of energy.
After his highly emotive performance in To Kill a Mockingbird, it seemed that for a while, Peters might be typecast as the perpetual innocent victim. Yet he breaks the expected mold with an unforgettable turn as the gay racketeer and brothel owner in Sidney Lumet's The Pawnbroker.
Are you that kind of man, Professor? The kind that doesn't want to know about things, feel about things? Are you that kind? That makes you nothing. A ton of nothing.
What's incredible about this performance is Peter's strength, his violence, and the fact that, unusual for the social climate at the time, here we see a person of colour lording control over a white person. While an unsavoury character, in his hands, it somehow still manages to be mesmerising in its threat, eloquence, and power. It's almost as if this character gave Peters the freedom to play whatever type of role he wanted, and in whatever genre. Here, he continues to explore the threatening side of his nature.
You want to try coming through now?
This is open range, established trail.
Go around.
That's 2 days out of our way.
But you ain't coming through here.
Whereas here, in The Loner, he has an affable quality, someone who is self-assured, friendly, and in control.
You no mount?
Oh, no. Just these 2 things here. They've done pretty good by me so far. All the way from central Georgia to western Texas.
It's a long way.
The undercurrent of American racial tensions of the 1960s is present in this scene from the incident. Peters barely can conceal his own rage at what he takes to be a racial slur.
Hey, what's the idea, mister?
What's the matter?
You pushed one of them on the floor.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, too. So how about coming out here and picking it up?
Ah, come on, will you, fella?
You heard me. I said come out here and pick it up.
This theme of anger and injustice is also seen in The Outcasts, where he plays a man wrongly accused of killing his white boss.
A white man's trial? White man's judge and jury? How do you think I'm gonna do, boy?
It's as if the real Peters is using these characters as a mouthpiece to comment on real social injustices. This is no more strongly evident in what was to be the only lead role that Peters ever played in the feature film, The McMasters. Peters plays a returned Civil War soldier who is made to feel less than welcome in his hometown.
You learned pretty good in the Army, Benji.
The recruiting place was a fair piece. I needed that horse. Now, I offer to pay you. I don't want no trouble from y'all.
He combines vulnerability, good-naturedness, with pain and anger. The 70s continued the trend for diverse roles. Here, he plays the first of several characters in positions of authority.
So you refused to sign the confession even though they promised to release you from the cage?
Yeah, we both did.
Why?
Maybe they didn't ask nicely.
Am I asking nicely?
At the opposite end of this spectrum, in Black Girl, he is a brash and very hip, irresponsible father, full of his own self-importance.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I just didn't want to mess up these little old country boys' minds on the first day.
You're gonna let Mama's eyes pop out.
Another strength in his playing was his ability to access a quiet vulnerability. He could play men who were small, frightened, those who were on the fringes.
Abraham's niece from back home.
Mr. Wilkerson?
I was home, all alone.
While the latter half of his career was devoted to voiceovers in cartoons, Peters experienced late-life recognition with his various appearances in the Star Trek franchise.
To offer Klingons safe haven within Federation space is suicide. Klingons would become the alien trash of the galaxy.
He is cultured, self-assured, displaying authority and doubt all at once. One of his last screen appearances was in 2002's 10,000 Black Men Named George. He plays an ordinary man on the hunt for justice.
We couldn't believe our ears. Pullman was the only one who stepped up. There was no brotherhood, no Philip Randolph, no union, no nothing that offered me a job. It was George Pullman.
Nobody's taking your job away.
The company man told me Randolph is going to take you all out on a strike. You're going to lose your jobs. Then who's going to hire you? Nobody, that's who.
It's a fitting end to a remarkable career. Brock Peters died in 2005, leaving behind an impressive body of work that showcased the true gifts of this remarkable actor. He could be tough, authoritative, and threatening, while at other times he was vulnerable and meek. Whatever character he played, Brock Peters always managed to portray them with complexity and truth. His work is reflective of a man who is generous and passionate about his art and humanity in general.